on his rant of the Flyers, but before you start your rant of your Flyers, I just want you to consider that they beat the Avalanche 7-3 last night for what their fifth regular loss.
Sixth regulation loss.
So just consider that in times yours, as Andy
All right,
Reid would
buddy.
say.
Well, last time we came on here, Flyers had just beaten the Ducks, and I was flying high. I said, "We got a hockey team. We got ourselves a hockey team." Yeah, they do it to me every single time. They just reach their heart into my chest, rip it straight out, and then just like Indiana Jones, they hold it right in front of my face while it's beating. Right after that, they went 0-5-1, fell way out of the playoff race. I think they're 4 points out right now. Um, and then all of a sudden, kind of what I alluded to again the last time I was talking about the Flyers, all of a sudden the head coach, who for some reason hates their Russian phenom, I don't know what it is, started to play him a little bit more. And then, oh, lo and behold, 2-0-1. My man had 2 goals and then what should have been 2 assists last night against the Avalanche and was the best player on the ice. That included Nathan McKinnon. Not to mention Owen Tippett scoring a hat trick. And instead of giving Sean Couturier 20 minutes a game and Garnett Hathaway 12 minutes a game, you started to give it to players that actually deserved it. I don't know where I'm at with them right now, dude. They're a solid hockey team. Obviously, the goalie was a big deal because the second they lost Dan Vladar, and I said it before, if Dan Vladar goes down, they're in trouble. The second they lost Dan Vladar, they went on a 6 game losing streak, and now he's coming back, and they're starting to look a little bit better. But in my opinion, right now, the Philadelphia Flyers have a head coaching philosophy problem. They don't have a head coach problem, but his philosophy is a problem. He needs to play the young guys. Matvey Mishkov needs to play hockey. He is the best player on this hockey team, and when you give him more than 15 minutes a game, you win. When Matvey Mishkov plays 15 plus minutes a game, which has only happened 9 times this year, they are 7-1-1. Play the kid because he's your best player. I do not give a shit if he doesn't play great defense because he scores freaking goals. Do you know what's good defense? Great offense. Do you know who's not a great defender? Connor McDavid. Do you know who the best player in hockey is? Connor McDavid. Play the kid. This 200-foot style of hockey is freaking dumb. It's old school Broad Street Bullies hockey, and it's not the way hockey is played anymore. You need people to score goals, not stand in front of a puck and hopefully it doesn't go in the net.
It's funny because
Time's up.
I think they finally got away from the old Broad Street Bullies hockey. I mean, Jamie Drysdale would never be a defender that they would have signed with Clarkey still around. That's a more of a two-way, more of an offensive defensive guy. I also think the best news for the Flyers is that they have 12 days and 6 games until the Olympic break where they get 20 days off because goddamn they need their goalie back, man.
He's
Urson,
coming back next
Urson
game.
is
He was
Urson,
possibly going to play
is he
against the
coming
Avs.
back? So he's
He was
coming back
possibly
Monday.
going to play against the Avs.
I
Dude,
mean,
so
dude,
in
Urson
my
actually
opinion,
last night played pretty good. He actually
he's
didn't do
played good the
bad
last couple
against Utah,
games.
but they're winning 2-0 after the first period.
They're winning
Like
3-0 after the first period and a half.
that's a player problem. That's where you let off the gas and you don't finish the game. That's a player problem. Like and I've noticed last night watching the game against Colorado because I texted you before the game and I was like, damn, the Flyers might lose 10-0. And Mitchkov played a lot last night.
He did, and they
And like,
won. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
he did play a lot. Did he? I don't think he had any points though. Did he?
Last night he had three
Yeah.
points, and he should have had four. He had 2 goals and an assist last night,
Did
and
he
he
have
should
two
have had
goals last
four
night?
because they won.
Hathaway. Well, Hathaway had the no.
Not
Tippett had the hat trick.
Tippett had the hat trick.
Yeah,
He had a tip goal. He had an empty net goal, which I know you could say whatever you want, but he had an assist to Barkey, which was nasty.
that
And
kid's good too, man.
he had
That
an
kid's
assist,
really
yeah,
good too.
but they play them together, dude. When they play Barkey and but you know what's funny? Barkey and Mishkov play together. Mishkov was on a 4 game point streak, and then they benched Barkey. They scratched Barkey. Like, dude, I
They
have
they did play. They did have like a weird schedule there for a little bit. Like in the last couple weeks, they played a lot of games. I mean,
so the Utah game, right? The game that they were winning 3-0 and then lost, right? Mishkov played 12 minutes. He played 12 minutes. Zegras had 2 goals. Zegras played 20. I'll give you Zegras. That's fine. Couturier played 18 minutes. Couturier was the only offensive player that was a -2. Travis Konechny played 19 minutes, did nothing. Christian Dvorak played 23 minutes. Now, Dvorak was probably the best player on the ice for them in that game. Noah
He's
Cates,
he's the
minus.
lead. Isn't Dvorak the leading points guy right now on the team?
No,
Oh no,
it's
Zegras
Konechny
is.
or Zegras. Yeah,
He's up
Konechny
there.
and
He's got
Zegras.
32. He's got 32 points
Yeah,
in it.
but like, dude, you Bobby Brink,
Konechny's got
Bobby Brink
Konechny,
playing 18 minutes. Konechny will come up
Konechny's
on.
got 45, man. Like Konechny, TK is not
Konechny's a good
playing
hockey
bad
player, dude.
hockey, man.
But
But
no,
it's
that's not
nice.
true. That's not true. So here's the issue I have. All right, again, their GM, like you said, their GM is going towards the way hockey is played today. He's getting skilled hockey players. He's getting fast, skilled hockey players. Their team is built around speed and skill. Their team is not built around big. They don't really have
No,
Rasmus
but that's the
Ristolainen
way
is the only
hockey.
big.
That's the way hockey's going now.
Agreed.
The
Yet
speed and skill. There's no more.
their head coach wants them to play a bruiser, defensive, physical style of hockey when they don't have the team for it. Here's the thing. So before they went on this little streak, they're on a 3-game point streak. They're 2-0-1 in their last 3 games. Before that, people were asking him what they think the problem is, and he said, "We're taking too many penalties, right? We're taking too many penalties. We have guys, high-level guys, that are taking too many penalties. Some of these young high-level guys, who do you think that is? Matvei Mishkov, are taking too many penalties, okay? In the last 10 games, this is including that losing streak that they were asking him about, Mishkov has 2 minor penalties. One of them was because he fought a guy because Barkey got level. So that's not even a real minor penalty. In that time, Couturier's had 6. Konechny's had 6. Sanheim's had 6. York's had 5. Juleson's had 5. Garnett Hathaway, who plays 8 minutes a game, has had 6. This dumbass was going to bench a 20-year-old phenomenal player for penalties when every single vet on his team has had more penalties in their losing streak.
Which is funny because I actually like Hathaway, man. I don't think Hathaway's that bad of a
I think
player.
Hathaway sucks. Hathaway should be benched for a 20-year-old. Gurbenkin should be playing every night instead of Hathaway. Like, this is what I mean, but they need that physical style player. They need that guy that brings
I
the
think
juice.
you need one guy on. I think you need one guy on
But
the
dude, they
squad
have
that you can put
Travis
out there that's going
Konechny.
to
Travis
light somebody's
Konechny
ass
yaps at
up.
everybody. Travis
Yeah, but
Konechny
he's
is
not. He's not a 6'5" dude that's going to 220 pounder. That's going to like light your ass up.
They don't have a player like that, though. They don't have a guy on the roster that's like that. Do you know who's like that? Unfortunately, the kid plays for Michigan State right now. Porter Martone, who's going to be one of the best players on their team.
Well,
And
maybe
he's
Rick
phenomenal.
Tocchet. Maybe Rick Tocchet should suit his ass back up.
But that's what I mean, though. Rick Tocchet wants everybody to play Rick Tocchet hockey, which I love Rick Tocchet hockey, but you don't have Rick Tocchet on your
So,
team.
hockey trivia question for you: who has the most Gordie Howe hat tricks of all time?
I mean, I would assume it's Tocchet just because we're talking about him.
It's Tocchet. Second place,
Ooh, second place. I don't know.
Brendan Shanahan.
Shanahan, okay.
They talked about it. They
Shanahan's
talked about it.
wasn't out,
The Saturday night before the Eagles playoff loss, the Flyers played, and they talked about it during the broadcast.
So I think my it's
Like,
tough,
dude,
dude, because every time I talk about them,
but they're an average hockey team. Like they're getting there,
But they
and
could be-
I actually like what Rick Tockins has done. He compared to last year, the hockey philosophy is completely different. Like they're winning more than I thought they were going to win this year. Like,
so I think I agree, dude.
and
I
they're
think
still in
the
the hunt.
problem.
I mean, they're what Boston has 62 points. They have 57 for the second wild card spot. But the
6.7,
the third spot in the standings is only 62 is 59 points.
Yeah.
So
but
they're 2
I
points
think-
out of third place in the Metro. Like,
Dude, I think
you
the
could've told me-
way
if
he
you would
wants
have told
to,
me but if you would have told me that they would be at this point, they'll hit that break and that would be awesome for them.
so let me
I
ask you
mean,
a question.
some of them are going to play. Like, isn't Zegers is playing in the Olympics? I think.
No,
They were
Zegers
talking
is
about
not. Zegers is not. Sanheim's playing. Ristolainen,
Sanheim's
if he's
playing.
healthy.
That's right. Sanheim's playing for.
Vladar made it, and Sanheim
Sanheim
played for
playing for?
Canada. Sanheim's
Canada.
Canada. Sanheim's good, dude. Sanheim's a really good player. He's a very, very good player, very underrated. Here's the problem I have with the way he's doing it, and I get what they're doing. He wants young guys, like you said before. He wants young guys to learn how to win, and then that's how you'll develop. You learn how to play hockey, and that's how you develop. But like, you're on the bench and you're watching guys play, and the guy you're watching is Sean Couturier. If I was watching Sean Couturier play hockey 5 years ago, that I understand that. Sean Couturier 5 years ago was one of the best two-way players in hockey, and if I need to learn how to be a better two-way player, that's the perfect guy I watch. Sean Couturier now sucks. Sean Couturier now is not a good hockey player. So if you're telling me I need to learn from a guy who sucks, what is that doing to my development? This is what I mean. Like, you're telling me I need to learn how to be physical from Garnett Hathaway, who's supposed to be the guy that totes the line, who agitates players and then they take the bad penalty, but he's out there taking a bad penalty. So you're worried about the young guys taking penalties, but then the guys who aren't supposed to take penalties are taking penalties, and that's who they're learning from. Like, this is what I mean. He doesn't. When you see that happening, when you see your team is starting to shift now you're halfway through the season, and guys like Zegras and guys like Mishkov and guys like Barkey are starting to catch their stride. That's when you say, okay, Couturier, you pop a squat and watch the kids do their work.
What if
okay,
they put Zegras
TK,
and Mitchkov on the same line together? Like,
exactly, dude. Or even if you're not going to do it,
TK, right? And put TK there.
Nah, you can't do that. They're all small. Plus, they wouldn't have a center. Zegras can't play center. He's
Somebody can play center. Come on.
But here's the other thing. All you
gotta do is win. The TK's good at faceoffs.
But here's the other thing. They moved Mishkov to the left because they didn't have a ton of left wingers. So they moved him and they wanted him to learn left. He was having trouble with it. Barkey comes up. Barkey's a left winger. So now Mishkov can play right. So now Mishkov can play his traditional spot, and Barkey can play his traditional spot, and they seem to work together. The second these guys start to go on a run, you bench Barkey, and you stop playing him with Mishkov.
Why did they bench him, though? Like, I also think that he's shifting things around a lot when it works. Like take it back to like my complaint about the Phillies last year. They change the lineup when it works. You change the lineup when it's not working. Right? When you lose 5 games in a row, I think what he does with
Zegras and Mishkov is when other guys aren't going, he puts them with them, right? Like, okay, this Konechny's not playing well, we're going to put him with Zegras. Okay, Couturier is not playing well, we're going to put him with Mishkov. Like, that's what they do, but Mishkov's not Zegras is a 24, 25-year-old who's been in the league for 4 years. Mishkov's not that guy, right? Like, you can't do that to he's a second-year player, right? He's a 20-year-old. You can't do that to a 20-year-old, dude. You can do that to a 25-year-old.
They're messing with his head.
Exactly, and then they're changing his position. He's learning a whole new system. He's getting reamed by his coach because he doesn't quote-unquote play defense. Like, what are we doing here, bro? What you're doing is you're Scott Kingerying this kid, and hopefully it doesn't screw him up. Like, you remember Scott Kingery? Like, you can't do that to him, man. You cannot do that to him, and it's going to get to the point, and I know this is not going to happen because players don't ever do this, but it's going to get to the point, if this continues, where someone is going to go in and say, Danny, it's Mishkov or Tocchet. It's one or the other, bro. He can't, and it's not going to happen this year. And who knows? Next year they come back and maybe they're best buds.
No one's like, everyone in the media seems to be like scared to ask him these questions. But I was listening to this Flyers talk, like sports talk show the other night, and it was kind of similar. Like, why doesn't anybody go in there and call him out on the moves that he's making? And it's like they're scared of him because he'll yell at you in the media. Like, he'll climb off that thing and he'll fight you. Like, he's a big ass dude.
Well, they did. I don't know if you remember, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were kind of grilling him about Mishkov, and he straight up, he was like, yo, guys, this is 4 questions in a row about one player. You don't want to ask me about this and this and this? If you ask me another question, I'm not answering anymore. And it's literally what he did. So, like, they can't because he's. I mean,
but it's his first. But so here's the other side of, like, you hating on him. It's the first year that he's been a coach. They're better than anybody expected them to be. Like, he's obviously doing something right. Like, they're in the hunt. But so, like, the break's going to be huge for them. And I think that the 20-day break can go 2 ways, right? And it historically did. And I'm glad the NHL's back into it because that's going to be my next point. But so the Flyers could use the break. Like, they're a little bit banged up. They went through some injuries. Like, Brink just came back the other night, right? Like, he was out for, 2 or 3 weeks. Drysdale
he was out for about a week and a half.
Drysdale was out for
they're getting healthy again. Yeah.
Like, and 20 days off when only 3 guys on the roster are playing. That's huge. Yeah.